All right, Jeffrey. So to start us off, tell us what schools you went to.
So I started out at Eagle Crest, and then I went over to Blue Mountain when that opened, and then hung out at Altona for a little bit, and then now I'm here.
What after school? After you're done here, where do you want to go, and what do you want to do?
Right now I'm planning either East or West Coast for college, and I'll study hopefully civil engineering, but if not that, something else.
Civil engineering?
Yeah.
What is that?
Basically you're doing anything with structures, bridges, roads, buildings.
And what inspired you to do that? I mean, that doesn't exactly sound like very glamorous.
I mean, I was always the person, pile of Legos, just hanging out, building random crap with it. Why not? I mean, look at the Golden Gate Bridge. Who wants to have their name on that? Yeah, me.
Is that the kind of thing you want to do? Do you want to create new buildings, not fix the ones that are already there?
I mean, at some point I'd like to create something new, but I'm sure I'll start out just fixing what's existing.
And you still haven't decided what school you want to go to?
Yeah. You
just know you want to get the heck out of here?
Yeah, I kind of hate Colorado schools.
Really?
Yeah. They're just too big.
Like CU and CSU?
Yeah.
Well, what are some of the smaller schools you're looking at in other places?
So I'm looking at Worcester Polytech, Lehigh, and Santa Clara.
UC Santa Clara or University of Santa Clara?
Santa Clara University.
Just some school in Santa Clara?
It's the school in Santa Clara. I don't think there's another one. If there is, well, it's not a UC school.
Okay. So, I mean, you seem more of the kind of person who was more part of the educational side of the school, if that makes sense. So, like, I mean, you're social, no doubt, but, I mean, there are definitely other people who are more focused on sort of the social aspect, and you seem to be on the more academic aspect. Would that be a fair?
Absolutely.
Was there ever a real reason? Did you ever choose that, or were you kind of just? I mean, I just prefer to study over wasting time or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just study and get stuff done first, but also I've always tried to be better than my brother, but that hasn't worked out.
Well, what sorts of social events or after school activities have you participated in to try and distance yourself from that level of extreme of complete academic without any social?
Not much.
Really? You haven't done any
like, Makerspace this year has been one of the huge things I've been part of.
Makerspace?
Yeah.
What is that?
So we do 3D printing and other kind of more academically related things.
But, like, what? I mean, be way more specific, because I don't know anything about this. What is Makerspace?
Well, we're just a club, and we get together, and, someone says, oh, I have this dope thing I want to print. Well, we print that. So, I mean, lots of plastic models. We've been doing some circuit stuff and designing lights that might go benefit peace and service for Africa.
Well, where do you guys do this?
We have a super cool tiny space in the library that was a computer lab. I don't even know what it's called.
Like, what spot in the computer lab? Or what spot in the library? Which room?
I don't know what it's called.
Well, no, like, can you...
It was just an old computer lab that everyone hated because it had 12 computers in it.
Oh, the one with, where you can look into as you walk down the hallway? The one with all the green screen
The fishbowl, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, so there's just no... you can just go in there and just make whatever you want?
Pretty much. I mean, you just do a quick certification so that we know you're not going to fuck everything up.
Right. Oh, but you guys have you have a 3D printer.
Yep.
But you also have like a green screen, you said?
Yeah, we have a green screen.
What do you guys use it for?
I don't know. We have it. No one really knows how to use it.
Well, who started this club?
I think Mr. Gurner did.
Did he have a particular reason, or was he?
He wanted a 3D printer, so he bought one and.
Give me 1 second. Just got locked out of the...
Lock yourself out.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Moving right along. Well, after school, because that's a club that goes on during school, right?
Both during and after school.
Well, what else do you do after school?
After school, like outside of class, I do tennis and skiing. That's kind of it.
You ski?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, I guess.
Well, it's
I
not.
guess we live in Colorado, so it's not too odd, but like.
It's not a school sport.
Right.
But I just push it to the extent that I might as well call it a sport.
Right. Well, I mean, how do you find time?
How?
When do you usually go?
Friday through Sunday.
Really? You just go for you use the weekend?
Yeah. Just about every weekend.
Where
20
do you-
days of season.
Where do you like to go?
Well, I have a place at Keystone, so usually there. I mean, if there's enough new snow, we'll go over to Beaver Creek or Vale.
You go as a group with people?
Like my family.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's pretty expensive. Like, how do you pay for it?
Season pass.
You have a season pass. That's even more expensive.
Makes it more affordable than $175 a day.
Like I said, I mean, skiing is pretty time consuming, so not a lot of people do it. So, what's it? I mean, I guess why do you do it, and I mean, what is it like being one of the few people at your school who goes skiing, despite the fact that you live in Colorado?
I mean, it's extremely challenging to find people to go just because there aren't many people that can ski at my level.
Really?
Yeah, like 5 out of 10 people easily, if they're just like, oh yeah, I ski, you can ask them what they ski, they'll say greens. The people that can ski blacks, it takes them a half hour to do a run.
You ski black?
I ski double black, shoots, bowls, I hike.
Wow.
Like, I will take a run and then go hike above the chairlift and then go down.
Well, I mean, have you ever, like, because I've gone skiing or snowboarding, like, maybe 5 times total, and and every single time it's crazy. So what are some things that you have happened? Like, what are some, do you have any, like, memories from going skiing of, like, a specific time or anything like that?
I always remember we had some old friends, and their parents would just drag us down. Like, we were just starting to ski blues. They're just like, oh, hey, you're going down blocks, you're going to like it. Sucks to be you.
They just throw you down the hill?
It's just, they start going, and it's like, what do you do besides follow them? Like, you don't know where they're going, but you just have to figure out how to make it work.
Well,
But I also remember there was a time I was just started skiing greens, got off the magic carpet, and my aunt ran down the mountain next to me.
like, while skiing?
I was on skis and she ran down the mountain next to me.
Where were her skis?
She doesn't ski.
Where did she even come from?
Minnesota.
So you get off,
Yeah.
and you're just kind of skiing and do your thing.
I'm just doing my little snowplow.
And then she just, was she running for any reason?
She wanted to hang out with us and not sit inside, so she just, came up the chairlift with us and running down the side
And
of the
ran
mountain.
with you?
Yep.
Did anyone hit her?
No, she stayed on the side. She's smart enough.
Do you ever remember like a time where, and this can be skiing, a skiing story or something else, where when you were in the moment, you're kind of like, okay, there's no way we're gonna get out of this, and kind of just unbearable to live through. But then, now that you're out of it and you're looking back on it, you're still kind of mesmerized by the fact that you survived, quote unquote.
We were doing some ridiculous hike on Maui, and so you kind of walk up the side of a hill, slow ledge, like halfway up a waterfall. So you're probably like 30 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a 15-foot rock face with some sketchy ropes that it's just like, oh, hey, you have to keep climbing up this. And then swim up a river and climb up another little waterfall. It's just like, okay, I'm up here, how do I get back down? And it's like, I could just, hop in the stream and go over the waterfall, but I mean, then I'm dead.
How did you end up getting back down?
You hold on to the ropes and hope they don't break.
During your time here at Silver Creek, what was one of the most memorable things that happened to you, or even like something you witnessed? Because as a class, we're pretty rambunctious. So some of the antics you've witnessed.
Probably the craziest thing I've witnessed was it was Jake Nielsen, Patrick Gibbs, Grant, Nick. They walked into physics the day before Thanksgiving break, put out a tablecloth, had glasses, threw some sparkling cider in their cups, and had a feast in the middle of class.
Of physics?
Yeah.
What were they eat? What was it, like turkey?
Like they got they got 2 of the roast chickens and all the sides from King Supers.
and they got what was like the tablecloth, just like a sheet, or was it
just like a sheet?
Whose class was this in?
Wong.
What did she do?
She thought it was funny, took a picture, and then kept teaching the class.
She didn't do anything.
Yep.
That's awesome. What about like do you remember something along those similar lines? But I mean, like I said, as a class, we're pretty rambunctious. So whenever we have like those school assemblies or things like that,
yeah.
stuff usually comes up. So do you remember any one of those times where something like that happened?
Nope.
Really?
I don't know. I've probably seen it. Just didn't remember it.
Well, what about any other times like that thing in Miss Wong's class?
I mean, it's just a whole year in that class.
Really? You have a bunch of
crap
stories?
happens,
What?
Yeah, random stuff happens in that class a lot.
Like what? Do you have another
No.
Instance? Well, what would you say in looking back on your life as a whole, what was the most critical moment that really shaped you into who you are today?
I don't know.
It can be more. I guess it can be more than one. There can be like several instances you remember kind of shaping you as you went through the different schools.
I'd just say it's my brother. Just gotta be as good as him.
Did you get compared to your brother a lot?
Oh yeah.
By who?
Teachers.
Teachers?
You walk into class and they're just like, "Oh, hey, I had your brother, didn't I?" It's like, oh shit.
Well, what was that like? 'Cause I mean, I'm the oldest of my family, so I'll never know what it's like to walk in and have someone remember a sibling I had. So what's it like to have someone judge you based on someone else who's just related to you?
I mean, you just have to show them that you're not them.
Right.
Be yourself. That's just all you can really do in those situations.
Well,
I mean, usually the teacher remembers the good stuff of your siblings. In my case, at least. Was there something about Silver Creek, specific, like not in high school in general that you liked, but what was the unique part of Silver Creek that you really enjoyed getting to experience? I really enjoyed the freshman retreat for leadership. That was just, well, more so going back and, having to make people do the baton death march with Finstead. That was probably more fun than actually being on it myself.
You're talking about the trip up to Estes Park.
Yep.
What did you enjoy most about that trip?
Well, I enjoyed more that we changed to Winter Park, and so now we go tubing, like snow tubing, but on carpet down a hill in the summer.
You go tubing?
In the summer.
But as a leadership exercise?
Yep.
Like, what does that teach anybody?
Doesn't teach you anything, it's just pure fun.
Well, to close out, you're involved with the Leadership Academy and you're a fellow ambassador. What has the Leadership Academy done for you? And what skills have you learned that you'll be able to use, not necessarily as like a job, but just in everyday life?
I mean, for more of a job perspective, I see all the presentations and public speaking have extremely been beneficial, because it used to be, I'm not getting up and giving that presentation, I'll just take 10% off my grade, but now I'll do it, and it's more comfortable. And I mean, there's lots of scenarios in the future where that comes handy.
Like what?
Like, I don't know. Your kids take you in for what is it? Where one of those random days where it's like career day or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever you call that. Kids take you in, you're just like, you have to talk to a class of little kids. It's like, I don't want to do that. But now it's like, I can handle it and deal with it. I don't know. What if I want to be a teacher?
Do you want to be a teacher?
No. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jeffrey.